Hey guys, welcome back. Pixel Doctor here.
And Fexic here.
And I think I fixed the frame rate issue. We'll see as we go. Um, Pretty much to explain, Deluxe game has frame rate issues, and I had to change some stuff to fix that, but it messes with this game, so, you know, it's just gonna be a little back and forth work for me when I have to do that, but that's all that comes down to.
Anyway, throwing back, I know you said you're not the biggest fan of the movies, but the main antagonist, Emotep, actually a real person at one point.
Real quick, for anyone that may not have watched the last one, or didn't watch all the way through, we're talking about the Mummy movies.
Yes, the Mummy movies starring Brendan Fraser. Yeah, so Emotep, real person at one point. He was an ancient Egyptian, I don't think priest was the exact term used.
But something equivalent.
Pretty much, yeah, and he was actually considered a great physician, so much so that at the hospital where I work, he is actually one of 12 clay sculptures in the oldest building on campus.
Now, do you think that movie was, like, the character was in reference to that, or do you think it was just coincidence that they were like, this is an Egyptian name?
If you look up Emotep, there was a lot of similarities that you can tell the movie was, I guess, predicated on, but there was a lot of creative license taken.
Well, I mean, Mummy's Curse.
I know, it's Hollywood, you know, Mummy's Curse and all that nonsense, but there was, I guess, some grain of truth to the Emotep in the movie, at the very least in the sense that he was, like a scholar and had a lot of knowledge of, I guess, what then would have been considered the arcane. But we know it today as just medicine.
History. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm. Interestingly,
Still having those frame rate issues, so didn't quite fix it, but not as bad as before. But
maybe it'll work himself out.
I don't know.
In any sense, I don't remember all 12 of the sculptures. I know Emotep was the first one because he was the oldest on record, but the sculptures actually go up in order of historical relevance. So it starts with Emotep and ends with Madame Curie.
That one sounds familiar as well.
She was the one who I think discovered radium, among other things. I mean, of course, she ultimately died from radiation poisoning, which kinda sucks, but
I mean, at least you discovered it. So.
Yeah, and her contributions to the medical field are not to be overlooked. It just sucks that the thing that you discovered and I think won 2 Nobel Prizes for is the thing that ultimately killed her.
I do not know anything about who won Nobel Prizes. I know of some people that won.
I mean, there's no way I could give you the full list.
Oh, well, I don't expect you to.
No, I thoroughly congratulate anybody who can. I am smart. I'm not that smart. Nor do I possess an eidetic memory.
I don't think you necessarily need to be smart. 100 gold is nice. I don't think you necessarily need to be smart to win a Nobel Prize. I think some require a little bit of intelligence. Others just require some kind of contribution to the field in which you are winning the prize. Yes. It's not really winning. I believe they give it away for anything that is considered a great addition to the field.
Yeah, like you have to make a contribution.
Yeah. So, which you might have to be smart for those things, but not 100% of the time.
Right, like I think the most well-known one is the Nobel Peace Prize, obviously, but there are others in other fields of like medicine and science, and I think social achievement as well.
Just off the top of my head, I know Martin Luther King Jr.
Yes.
I think Gandhi had one too. I don't think he officially was given it, but I think he was, after passing, given.
Yeah, I think posthumously is the word you're looking for, and I believe it or not, the most recent American recipient, I believe, was President Obama.
I mean, honestly, because I was in my teens and I wasn't paying attention, I don't really know what good he did. I also don't know what bad he did, if that means anything.
I might actually be talking out of my ass there. Let me double check that.
He presented himself as a peaceful person, so.
Oh, of course. What did I just do?
See, so we're gonna do that shell tournament that comes up. I remember what we were thinking now. And our little Rudy here is on his last legs.
Yeah, unfortunately, he doesn't have much.
Doesn't have much fuel left in the tank. That's right, Rudy. You may pass soon, but you'll die the fastest son of a bitch in the world.
I might be thinking of somebody else.
I couldn't tell you who. I was gonna say Nixon. Definitely not Nixon.
No, I was right. Nobel Peace Prize to President Obama, 2009.
Did they say why he got it?
Um,
I would assume there'd be a reason.
yeah, I'm actually looking up the Nobel Prizes website. Awarded to President Barack Obama for his extraordinary efforts to strengthen international diplomacy and cooperation between peoples.
Is that just for the efforts? That doesn't sound like it deserves a reward.
I think the efforts are one half of it, the results are the other half, because love him or hate him for his policies, the man did know how to talk.
He had a nice speaking voice.
Yes, wonderful speaking voice, wonderful orator, I believe the word is. But there were a lot of people on the international stage that actually did take his word very heavily.
Oh god, it's her birthday again. Or his birthday, whatever.
This is the third one, right?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you've got probably just under a year left with him.
He's gonna die next week. Happy birthday. So, yeah, I don't think you're gonna be singing it again next year. Rudy's full of
I mean,
energy.
there is a fourth birthday song. It's just
Will he make it?
no, because, and I'll tell you why. Hares have their growth cycle or have their little shed skin, whatever, before their birthdays. Which mean, and you more often than not, I have yet to see a situation where there is a fifth one of those. Like the fourth one is usually death.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, so in order to hear the fourth birthday song, a monster would have to experience their fourth birthday before their fourth growth period. And I think there's only a small handful of species that actually do that.
Austin's back.
Well, here's hoping it goes better than it did last time.
Yeah. That's the hope. Oh god, Turkey's back too. This is your last. This might be your last tournament, Rudy. Make it count.
Oh, it's not going to be his last one. He's got probably the better part of a year left. It will simply be among his last.
Well, he got his spin bang up to level 9, so.
Wow, yep, you pretty much fucked that duck,
Bad
didn't you?
feeling. Oh, I don't really have any guts right now, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not going to hit you that hard. Still punch him, though.
Oh. Gonna wait for that addle to get boomerang? That's just weird, man.
This monster is freaky. So I don't think this thing is missing anytime soon.
Hopefully not. But then again, Turkey was never the strongest enemy either.
No.
We've lost to him, but only because Rudy decided never to hit something. Let's see. Austin lost. Oh, that rock person one-shot the other dude.
Who was that, Kalmatica?
Yeah, I think so. Turkey beat Austin. Yeah. Alright, so I didn't see what this person was.
Well, whoever it was, they're scared of Rudy.
I'm not gonna complain about that. There goes Turkey. Oh, this is the rock dude. Oh, this must be the ocean variant.
Yeah, it's a sea golem.
I like the idea. Oh, immediately out the gates with a rocket punch. Oh, immediately out the gates with knocking my ass out.
Wow, he just Android 16'd your ass.
Rocket punch! I was thinking the same thing, honestly. With that stone body. Mega kick? This guy's just stealing from everyone.
I think that mega kick would have not only knocked you out, but probably have injured Rudy after tournament.
Ooh.
Like certain attacks, if you get hit hard enough or get dropped below your health threshold enough, will actually injure you outside of battle.
trying to...
Okay, you're in a acceptable percentage now. Just stay the hell away from him.
Try to.
If he brings it in close, mini punch him.
Oh, damn, it got to me first. Oh.
Jesus.
If he hit me with that mega kick first, he would just one-shot me.
Yeah, Rudy would have been toast.
That's not good, though. Now he's got 2 of those
Okay,
knockout wins.
well, he didn't injure you, so you can actually keep fighting. That's good.
Oh, Austin beat him. So
Someone else needs to beat him for... Oh, okay.
Well, that worked out. Good job, Twiggy.
In theory, as long as you win against Kalinka and Austin, you should be able to pull this whole thing out.
Oh, they surrendered.
Scared.
Maybe Austin will do the same.
That would be nice. That, or you can redeem yourself after the last one.
Yeah, so we need to win this.
Yeah, if you don't win here, the golem wins.
Please just surrender. Alright, didn't surrender.
Nope.
I was being hopeful. Okay.
Whatever. I doubt he's got a level 9 move.
Just go right out the gates with it.
Okay, so it only did a little bit less.
Poison shower. Nice. Back up, back up. Keep our distance.
At this point, you may want to start closing the gap with Uncho when you get the chance. Because it costs less than Spin Bang, and if he's coming at you in that mid-range,
Yeah.
Uncho should be your answer to that.
Oh, we got the hit too. Nice. That one doesn't usually hit.
And then from here, you can just, push him right away.
This is what I was doing before, but we were also like so. Oh, that took him a little bit longer to get up that time. Oh, I don't.
Yeah, that's no problem. But you can go in for a final,
Yeah.
Yep.
It's not gonna wear down the time though, but I don't have enough gut for a mini punch. But
I don't think there's anything he can do to you from here that'll actually kill you.
Okay. Whew.
Doesn't even matter.
I was still a little worried. 9.3. Good job, Rudy.
With a speed of 820, I'm starting to wean off the worried phase now.
Yeah. Champion.
Just starting to trust that this little carrot muncher actually knows what he's doing.
Who's the champion? Here's lots. 1 point in speed and 1 point in defense.
Hey, still better than nothing. Like, whatever monster you raise next, whether it be the Velociraptor or the Spongy Penguin Danny DeVito, is going to get a shit ton of speed right off the bat.
Well, that's good to know. Oh, you thought he was being made fun of. Why?
Because even though you're on technically the same, or you're fighting at his tier now, his stats are so high that he is considered a monster above what you're doing.
Oh.
So if the battles are too easy, or if you're in a fight where you have enemies actually forfeiting because they're afraid of you, praising him too highly will just make him think you're patronizing him.
Okay, good to know. I thought it was only based off the lower tier. So the next one's in the woods. Let's just get that speed up as much as we can, I guess. You know what? You're an old man now. I'll forgive you.
Mm-hmm. I was reminded recently, I was talking to one of my old co-workers that I worked offshore with, and he actually used one of the zingers I used against one of our captains once, and it made me kind of happy.
Would he use it against you, or just...
No, he used it in general against one of the guys who was on the boat. I think he's one of the new engineers. But he said he remembered that I said it to one of the captains once, and he thought it was hilarious then, so he decided to use it. Basically, the captain at the time, he had decided to stay out at sea when there was a huge windstorm coming, despite the fact that literally every other boat in the area was going in or going closer to shore where it was safer.
Yeah.
No, no, this guy just decided to drift out in the middle of bumblefuck nowhere. So, when that was inevitably not a good idea, and when the wind started, rocking the ship back and forth, and it at one point got really unsafe. Me and one of the other deckhands were talking in the galley, and he overheard us like talking about how unsafe it was. And the captain came by and he said, well, he thought it was a good idea at the time. And we told him, no, you didn't. And then I told him, you're like an old dog that shits on the carpet. You know you're not supposed to, but you just can't help yourself. And the other guy thought that was funny, so I guess he used it on someone else recently.
Well, no harm in it, I guess. But yeah,
Needless to say, I got more than my share of verbal reprimands working for that company.
well,
It actually got so bad with that particular captain, the manager up in New York actually told him to stop reporting me.
is this the bad smelling dude or?
Yeah, this was the one that never showered.
Gross.
And the reason for that he gave changed 3 times over the course of my employment there.
I remember you telling me that, but I don't remember his reasonings.
The first one was he said it was because of Agent Orange, and I called bullshit on that because that's not how Agent Orange affects people.
That's right. I remember you mentioning that one.
Right. The second one was for some kind of medical thing, which I was actually willing to accept because the man took a small pharmacy every morning just to keep himself alive. But the other deckhand called him out on that because apparently, like all of his prescriptions, that wasn't one of the things he was being treated for. And then about a month before I left, it changed to he inhaled some kind of, I forget the exact name, but it's some kind of chemical that's really common with like the oil refining process.
Mm-hmm.
And it's heavier than air, and small, like inhaling it a couple of times for like 5 seconds will actually screw with your nose and completely destroy your ability to smell. But he said he fell asleep and it was in his room for like the gas was in his room for a while, which after that 5-second period, like if you start taking a couple of good breaths of this stuff, it'll kill you.
Yeah, so that would be
so
false.
So we called him on this bullshit there, and he just stopped talking to us about it.
Alright, so we maxed out spin back, by the way.
Oh yeah, I saw.
I don't know. Mini punch or unshow then?
At this point, I don't know. It's really, I mean, you've already got a level or 2 invested in unshow, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how close unshow is, so maybe this might just give it a level up.
Maybe.
It did not.
Oh, whatever. You're probably bound for at least 1 more of these, maybe 2.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see how strong Rudy can hold up.
But yeah, that was an interesting 14 months of my life. The work was easy, but the people...
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, finally found one of those. Yeah, the people, specifically the quote-unquote leadership, ruined it for me.
I can't blame you for that.
Like, well, I learned in the military that people with high IQs have extreme difficulty taking orders from stupid people, and I should have remembered that when I went in.
Well, I mean, did you know they were stupid before going in?
No.
So you can't blame yourself for that one.
I should have known, though. Like, I guess military set the bar kind of high where, like, either from the chest candy or the way a person dresses or presents themselves, who is in charge of a command, like who the captain is. Offshore, you look for the oldest, most disgruntled-looking man with messy hair and pajamas. That should have been a telltale, like a red flag for me, but for some reason... Maybe it was because I needed money at the... Oh, no, you know what? I was pursuing the captain's license at the time.
Ah, that would probably, make that more tolerable.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Oh, small tournament. Draken, Badress, and Danny.
Danny is the jungle rabbit. I know that.
Yeah, I think we
I
lost
don't
him
remember.
last time.
I don't remember who Badress was. Well, he's too scared to. He's too scared for a rematch.
Badress is a goo monster or something?
Oh no, that's the little plesiosaurus thing.
Oh, okay.
The jungle version of that.
I'd like to see that one. I remember seeing the... I don't remember what it looks like. I remember seeing the water.
Yeah, you saw the ocean one.
Oh, hey. Oh, it's got a little sprout on its head.
And its tail is a flower.
Oh, look at that. And it's also a puppet. Oh. Alright, well, don't do that
Oh, that's
twice.
right. It's got leaves for fins.
But it's a smart design. I like it.
Yeah, I remember now the reason. I mean, obviously captains are one reason, but the main reason that I stopped pursuing the captain's license, I realized, or I was told rather, you do not need a captain's license to own a boat. Like to actually be the quote captain of a vessel.
Oh.
The only reason you would need it is if you were going to work offshore as a captain, which after having experienced what that is for 14 months, I have less than no interest.
Wouldn't blame you for that. Every time you came back, it sounded miserable.
It was just not great. Really, the other deckhands and the engineers made that job worth returning to. The captains, okay, I talk a lot of shit about them. I had 3 captains. 2 of them I hated. 1 of them was actually cool.
The smelly one.
No,
the
it
one...
was the old one who was really into like hippie rock music.
Well, I was thinking of the 2 bad ones. Because I don't remember you even mentioning the good one, to be honest.
Well, he didn't give me reason to. He did his job. He did it well. He let me do mine, and we both shut the fuck up about it. But there was the one who didn't shower and was generally just horrible at his job.
Living garbage.
Essentially, yeah, like if Garbodor was a person. And the other one, the actual master of the vessel, thought he was God.
That's right, I remember now.
Yeah, like could do no wrong, and to some degree was actually more dangerous than the smelly one.
Yeah, I'm remembering now.
Because we had a sister boat, like one who did the exact same work, was owned by the same company and moored off at the same dock. And the captain of that boat, I would follow that man to hell and back. Like, he knew every corner of the boat. He could do the, like, deckhand's work if he needed to. He knew every inch of the machine room. He could do the engineer's work if he had to, or at the very least walk a new engineer through it. Great leader, actually cared about his guys. Ate in the galley with the rest of the crew, which is great on a personal level. But everybody knew he was better, and the master of my vessel took great exception to that. So pretty much all the methods that the other guy, the good captain, had devised or had perfected over the years to make the work, safer and quicker and more efficient, my captain would intentionally forego coming up with, less safe and far more circuitous ways to do the exact same job, just in spite of the fact that it was the way the other ship did things.
Hence the drill thing. I remember that.
No, that was actually something completely unrelated.
Oh, never mind then.
But no, that cap, like, due to that mentality, we were taking the gear off of one of the ships because we dressed the big oil tankers with those big rubber fenders so they could come together and do their exchanges. During one job, he decided to just completely screw the rules and throw away the book, and he got creative with a bunch of shit, just reinvented the wheel. Normally, the process takes about 4 hours. Like, if everybody is working in conjunction, it's all good. This one took about 7. And as we were wrapping up, we had this main crane on the main deck of the boat, and that's what you use to pull the stuff in. We had hooked it up to the last piece, the wire that was still on the ship, and we were about to, turn the crane on to pull that back. Well, this fucker decides he's going to pull the boat away from the ship while we're still hooked on.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, so this, it's made of a thing called blue steel, which is... It's stronger than
Enter
synthetic
in the C one, by the way.
That's fine. This will be a nice little send-off for Rudy. But it's stronger than synthetic nylon. It doesn't snap back when it breaks, which, great. But as we're pulling away, obviously, it's rising up into the air because, it's still hooked onto the ship, and the ship is like 3 stories higher than the boat deck is. We're all calling into our radios trying to figure out what this idiot is doing. And as we're, like, me and one of the other, like, the only other deckhand who was there, we ran and we took cover right away, because if he kept going, something was going to give, and it was probably going to come down on one of us. The engineer, who, to his credit, is not the sharpest bulb in the crayon box, is standing there still talking into his radio. The line, like, the crane line jerks, and the hook comes undone. Mind you, this hook is like 40 pounds. Falling from what is basically the equivalent of a second-story window.
Oh, Jesus.
It falls not 2 feet away from where the engineer is standing.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it didn't hit him, thankfully, but it was dangerously close. So I got to deal with shit like that for a month at a time for over a year.
Yeah, not fun.
No. Yeah, the breaking of my hand was another thing.
Thankfully, it wasn't too bad of a break, from what I remember.
It's not that it was a bad break, it's that because they refused to go back into dock for 2 weeks, it was that during the surgery to repair it, they had to break the bone a second time in order to set it.
Ouch.
And yeah, that was the 5th metacarpal. That is I guess the hand inside of or the bone inside of your hand for my little finger on my right hand.
I thought you were about to say the hand inside of your hand.
Yeah, the hand inside of my hand. No, the bone inside of your hand for your little finger. That was a diagonal fracture, basically going down the entire length of the bone, and it had twisted counterclockwise about 20 degrees.
Yeah. Not pleasurable.
No.
I've only had one broken bone on my right arm. It was broken in like 3 places when I was in like 2nd grade. These kids wanted to wrestle, and I was the smallest. Like, it was a bunch of maybe 5th graders. I don't really remember. I just remember they're older kids. And I was in 2nd grade, so I was probably between 7 and 10, just off the top of my head.
So they were substantially older than you.
Yeah, they were older, they were bigger. And then they said they were going to wrestle on the trampoline, and they're organizing a little tournament thing. And I walked off, said I'm not going to participate, go back to because I was at my friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
Also, what is this blob?
It's called a gel. I believe this particular breed is from the mountains. It's meant to be like a mass of snow.
Oh, I see it more as marshmallow fluff, but I can just see the attempt for it to be snow. Anyway.
When I was a young teenager, I made jokes that it looked like something completely unrelated.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Yeah.
MJ's not here. So.
Though with that firmly in your mind, I would like to remind you, your rabbit is touching it.
Ugh. Well.
Several times, I might add.
Well, it's all right. He'll be gone soon enough. Anyway, back to the broken arm thing.
Right.
Yeah. So, I went off, and then the guy started explaining the rules. I went to the side of the house, and then from the side, I ran full force, jumped onto the trampoline, which I'm a kid, so I'm I don't know, 3 to 4 feet tall. At the time. I don't know how tall kids are at that age. I don't know how tall I was. Jumped on the trampoline somehow from that height. The trampoline was probably just as tall as I was from the ground to the standing point. Onto the kid's back, and then he grabbed my arm and flipped me. Which, don't blame him for that now. That's completely the right response to that.
Yeah, that's the appropriate response to someone being jumped on.
Yeah, but as a kid, I went, "Ow, my arm," and ran.
You've got this tournament whether you win or lose.
Yeah. Well, the last person decided to fight it out. Oh, I see. Our true enemy.
He decided he did want that rematch after all.
Yeah, so he broke my arm. I don't remember exactly what happened. I just remember my parents brought me to the hospital. Then arm was broken.
Did I ever tell the story of what happened to mine?
I don't know. Probably not. Maybe. We've told a
The
lot of stories.
Yeah, well, the main premise is I learned not to take blue collar advice from somebody who works a desk for a living.
Yeah.
But the long version is we were sent into a dry dock in Louisiana because they wanted to put this extension deck on the top of the ship where the wheelhouse is. Totally huge, unnecessary. They just wanted to put a bunch of heavy equipment up there, which, you know, inevitably took raised the boat's center of gravity. It was really not good, especially since that incident with that idiot sitting out in the small tropical storm happened after the boat was made top heavy. But in order to, I guess, speed up the process or help it go more smoothly, the office in New York sent one of their guys who worked in the office up in New York that owned the company. They sent him down to oversee the work. And at one point, you know, he's calling this shot and that shot, and his presence was a minor annoyance, but most of us are able to just okay, he's here, he doesn't talk to us, he doesn't deal with us, whatever. We were there for about 8 days. On the 6th is when he decided he wanted to actually get involved and be a part of this, so he would have a story when he went back up to New York. So we decided, all right, you know, if you want to help us, we need these kinds of drill bits, because he had us drilling holes through the steel, which, if you don't know anything about boats, they're typically made of way...
Oh, okay. Yeah, I do remember the story. I thought you were talking about another story, but continue on for the audience.
Yeah, so boat steel, significantly stronger than, you know, normal steel. I don't know the exact number or classification, but it's really fucking hard and durable. And you cannot go through it, at least not in any timely fashion, with a normal drill bit. We were under the impression this man knew this, so we sent him, you know, off into town to, I guess, the Home Depot or whatever. I don't know. I was not allowed off the boat at this time. And we told him, hey, get us some drill bits that'll... What the fuck?
Our mushrooms are gone.
Oh, right. Okay, well, you stumbled upon the plot.
Plot? What?
Yeah, there's plot here. So now all of your training that involves mushrooms, yeah, not gonna happen. But anyway, so we told him we needed drill bits that can go through the hull, you know, make it easier to drill holes in this thing. And he had us using one of those electrical drills, one of those ones that you plug in and has a shit ton of torque. So he comes back, and he had already opened the box and he had handed all the drill bits to us individually. What we didn't realize was that he had gone and he had decided to save money by getting a bunch of cheap, low-carbon DeWalts that were made for wood. So it was my turn to drill because the engineer was called away to do something else. So I figure, okay, you know, he seems like he's got his shit together. He knows what he's doing. So I pop this drill bit on and I go to start drilling upward. Like I'm standing on a foot ladder, drilling up, which is already a bad position to be in.
Yeah.
About 9 seconds in, the bit that I was using had already worn down completely because the steel was just stronger. The tip melted, it caught on the inside of the hole, the drill continued to spin, the torque forcing it out of my hand and all the way back around, and it just cracked into the side of my hand, splitting the bone.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that part. Which I didn't know you're drilling upwards, though.
Yeah. Yeah, no, if I was drilling downwards, I could have used my body to hold the drill in place.
Yeah, not a good situation.
Really not a good situation. And frankly, if it weren't for the fact that I was, I had actually made a sort of makeshift homemade splint to hold my finger in. And, you know, it shows under the gloves. Like, you have to be a complete idiot not to realize that my little finger was always extended when I was working. a couple of the mooring masters, the people who worked for the company that we were contracting for, actually asked the captains, so what's up with his hand? And that was when they explained the situation to them. And like, this was 2 weeks after, mind you, but they actually said, no, you get your ass back to shore right now. See, this really sucks what's happening right now because it might end up being your next monster's problem.
Oh, that's probably not a good thing then.
No, it's really not.
I don't know. What should I do then? Should I just rest, raise? I don't know. Because it seems like I can't really do anything, and
I looked away for a second. Did Flaria say what was in that letter?
It should. I couldn't see it. It said return the tree or return to the tree. Let me look at the items. Maybe I can see it there. Check. No.
Oh, whatever.
I can't really do anything right now, so I guess just.
But it was actually one of the things the smelly captain said, and like around this was the point where he complained to the manager for the last time, and the manager told him basically to grow up and stop being a child and getting offended at me. He had made the point that he had like broken pretty much all of his fingers, and he ignored medical treatment for all of them, and he's doing fine. And I told him the last thing I want, either from this career or my life, was to be anything like him.
So return the tree. Well, whatever this is happening is just happening over days events, so I don't think I should do anything other than raise and rest right now.
That's probably a good idea. At least your speed exercise doesn't rely on mushrooms.
Yeah, like what exercise did require the mushrooms? I forget.
Trampoline, picking. Oh,
Whoops! I
here's
didn't
the
mean to do that.
basket.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. Oh no, it's a beetle. So this kid basically is trying to bully us out of our tree spot.
Pretty much. And you're gonna have to beat the beetle to take it back.
What happens if we lose?
I don't know. I've never lost.
Well, he's not too impressive.
Oh, this is way weaker than the first one of his I fought.
Maybe I guess it's random.
I guess.
What does it say?
But I know that, like, this kid specifically raises different breeds of this beetle monster. I don't think I've ever seen him with anything else.
Ow!
There's that high strength coming into play. I think your best bet is to shoot for that knockout now.
Well, we might see what happens if we lose. I don't. Wow. Rudy, really? We'll see what happens. It might just say game over.
I don't know if it'll do that.
So, oh, I guess he's gonna come back. And then we have to keep trying to beat him. Just keep getting that speed up because
I would save every day.
probably a good idea. I just thought of that after the fact.
Yeah, because you don't want whatever monster is next having to deal with this.
Have some nuts, Rudy. I told us to get out. Mushrooms. Oh, it's her nephew, of course. Oh. Alright, well, this all makes sense now. Well, thank you, old lady, for bringing us back the mushrooms.
Yeah, and now that kid is one of your forest-based rivals.
We've got too many of these rivals.
Well, you've got Gatamon, who harasses you pretty much everywhere. And then you've got Midia, who I think travels. And then you've got Moshe and now Taz, who are in the forest exclusively, I think.
They might participate in that stone thing. Alright, well, we got our mushrooms back. Guess our next battle is in the cactus. So... race for 3 weeks, rest. That actually works out perfectly, unless he dies. Yeah, I guess... yeah, let him rest, I guess. I'm just waiting for it. When's it gonna happen? I hate this kid.
I think everybody hates this kid.
I hate like the characters in shows and stuff that are like these shitty little kids.
Mm-hmm.
These arrogant little punks.
Like Konohamaru from Naruto.
Yeah, but the nice thing about Konohamaru is he grew up.
Well, yeah, because Naruto beat some sense into him the first time they met.
Well, he gets the shit beat out of him a lot during the series.
Dude, did you see the filler episode where Naruto fought him in the tuning exams in the Hidden Sand Village?
Yeah, and Naruto lost because he used
Sage mode. Dude,
Yeah.
he didn't even need it. He was beating the piss out of Konohamaru beforehand.
I think he did it out of respect for Konohamaru, I think was what it was. Like, he did it to show his full power.
I guess, and then they pulled that out and said, yeah, no, we made a rule specifically for you. You're not allowed to do that.
We tried telling you this, but you weren't listening. Which, I don't know why. That seems a little unfair for what that rule for one specific person. That's something he can do. Why not let him do it?
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like, well, of course there's that, but also, if you make that rule, odds are, like, Gaara knows Naruto's an idiot. He would have to make sure, make for damn sure, that they hammer that in, and Naruto even said, you have to make sure he says, okay, I get it, I'm not allowed to go into Sage mode. But instead, for comedy's sake, or I guess because the plot demands it.
Well, it was filler, so it was just there.
Yeah, I know. I know it's not meant to be taken as canon, but still. It's kind of a glaring plot hole, if you ask me.
I mean, it kind of, in a way, it was canon, because Naruto was still a Genin when he became a Hokage. I still find that kind of funny. Which I don't know.
I'm pretty sure there were other Kage who weren't that high ranking.
Maybe. Oh, we can actually. We might as well use this 2000. Let's use the extract. Got the
Yeah,
one.
you are. I think for the first time this playthrough, your gold was in the quintuple digits.
Yeah. Okay. I do find it weird that most of the game runs off of the D-pad, and then this one specific mode you can use the control stick.
Yes.
It's a little weird.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so unshow. No sound effects, that's weird.
Sometimes it doesn't. I thought that was just a glitch in the base game. Nice to know it's just in the source code and it carries over into the emulator as well.
Yeah, but at least you don't have those weird visual glitches.
That's true.
Not sure what that's about.
But because I have the version that's actually on the PS2, I have to be careful because I'm still susceptible to memory card corruption.
That's just always been a problem for games on the PS2. Like,
Well, the GameCube has it happen a couple times too.
yeah, but I think PS2 had it worse.
I think it did. Like, I think now that I'm actually tallying it in my head, I think I've dealt with corrupted save files on PlayStation games more than I have any Nintendo platform.
I've never dealt with it personally.
The only time I've dealt with it for GameCube was on games that I have, I guess, overplayed. Specifically, Yu-Gi-Oh! False-Bound Kingdom. I've had to restart that a couple of times because the save was corrupted.
Maybe we'll play that at some point during the...
We could do that next, that or Forbidden Memories.
Well, it's up to you.
But I think Wind Waker, I've had it happen twice, and Twilight Princess once.
I've never played Wind Waker.
Really?
Or Twilight Princess. I haven't played many Legend of Zelda games, to be honest.
Those are both great. Like, if not even for your channel, if you just do it on your free time, both of them are wonderful installments in the series.
Yeah, like for the Legend of Zelda games I've played... Oh, hey, another speed. I've played Triforce Heroes,
which I have not played.
It's fun with friends. Me and Deadlock played it, but you definitely need 3 people to... Oh, 2 more speed. You definitely need 3 people to participate. It's just a goofy, like, spin-off game. It's not like it plays like the normal ones, but it's like mini missions. That's the best way I can explain it. With little challenges in them that you can make them harder.
It almost sounds like it follows the same premise as Four Swords Adventures.
Similar. Pretty similar to that.
Dude, I remember playing that when the GameCube had that peripheral that lets you connect to a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
I had one friend who had that, and we all met at my house one time to play that game when all of our parents were having some...
Get together?
I hesitate to call it a barbecue because now that I live in Texas, I understand that that's not what it is. But basically a dog and burger cookout.
It was a New Jersey barbecue.
Yeah, it's wrong. Y'all are wrong.
I haven't had a barbecue here in years. Alright, let's see. What was the...
Yeah, like thinking back to those old get-togethers my parents used to have, really, it almost sounds like it seems like a bittersweet memory of an easier time.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Well, that's like a lot of things you think of when you're an adult. You go back and you reminisce about these things that happened when you were a kid, and it's like, you know what, times were a lot easier.
Yeah.
Now, that's not to say they were better.
Just easier.
Yeah. It's always easier when you think back to a time where you didn't have to work and had virtually no responsibility.
The kid is here. And so is Torp.
The thing's name is Kink.
All the way at the bottom. Yes, give orders to Rudy.
Ugh. Baltic's here. Well, that's kind of cute.
I guess that's the desert version?
No, the desert
like,
one was the...
Yeah,
the
mummy.
desert one was the mummy whose ass you kicked. I think that might be the jungle?
Maybe? I mean, last time I fought one, these things had never given us a problem, though.
I know the orange one is from the ocean. That's all I know about... Or...
These they look like squids. Oh,
Mhm.
Oh, it has a lot of health. I just looked.
Yeah, the only stat that this thing has that is not phenomenal is his defense.
Yeah, keep the distance. I would break the distance.
There you go.
Uh-oh.
That's alright. What's he gonna do?
That. Oh, it's level 8. Alright, didn't do too much, but... we have
No,
less
but
health.
you have less... Yeah, you have less health than him.
Ooh, no. This is why we were leveling up, Poncho. Alright, please miss. Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. Again, please miss.
I saw what you were trying to do.
Oh, come on.
I think this will end it.
Oh, he didn't have a choice. He had to do that.
He still won though. See now, with all the lines going to this guy, he actually looks like a puppet on strings.
The visual glitch is both entertaining and weird. And annoying
I
in
don't
some areas.
I don't understand why brown.
It has to be something with the models, I guess.
Like black or white, I get. Why brown?
Like I said, it has to be something from the models that's being extended out.
Oh god, Baltic one.
What is Baltic? I didn't see.
He's a golem.
Oh, I didn't get to see what Kink was. Oh, he's a golem? Oh, no.
I'm kind of hoping Torp beats Shibura Horn.
Oh, he's one of these guys.
Oh, that's right. He's the pirate robot.
Oh, is this the ocean variant?
Yeah.
He's just as broke as the other one. Right away. Jesus. Jeez.
I have only raised maybe 3 of these, so I'm not intimately familiar with what they can do. But I do know they are far more dangerous at a distance.
I'll try to keep it close then. Ow. Oh, crit. Nice.
You'll feel that tomorrow.
Push it up so I can't.
Yep. Just keep on keeping on with that.
Oh no, he pushed me. Throw punch.
Nothing doing. The rest now should be saving up for a mini punch. I could be wrong.
Yeah, he's gonna have to do this and it won't be enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even if it hit you, it wouldn't have dropped you enough.
Alright, we got Baltic. Who's next?
Either Torp or Shibura Horn, and I'm really hoping it's Torp.
Is Shibura Horn another? He's a wolf, right?
Shibura Horn is the desert version of those tiger wolves.
Yeah. Don't want that. Torp we've beaten before. Oh, oh, oh.
Looks like Torp might have a new trick or two.
Yeah, they. Either that or Shiburu Horn was very weak. I'm hoping for the latter.
I forget what his stat spread was.
I don't know, but I just hope it was bad. This guy's HP and... Oh no, he upped his power a lot.
That's the problem with your rivals, monsters. At least his defense is still garbage.
Yeah, but one hit and we're in trouble.
You're going to be relying on Spin Bang pretty heavily here. Well, I see that decreased...
Oh, Go still level 1, so...
Yep, nothing doing there.
Definitely a good thing we maxed out Spin Bang when we did.
Yeah, that lack of defense doesn't do shit when he's got that much health.
We got no, like... Alright, I'll take that.
Take the bitch smack.
While he was doing the question mark thing, I'll take the advantage where I can.
Oh, yeah, obviously take advantage of any shot, but the fact that Torp is having those question marks means he's an old man at this point, too. Jesus.
Right at the end there, of course. There's no winning this at this point.
Mm-mm.
Ooh. Yeah, I see how Shiburu Horn lost.
That was punishing.
Yeah, took a one hit, but we have no defense and no health, so I'm not too surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you suck ass kid. This is our first monster, so he's old now, so he's gonna.
And he's not gonna have the, I guess, the inheritance that the other monsters are gonna have. Because the other ones from here on out are gonna be starting with a positive handicap.
So let's take a look at where the next tournament is. Definitely not participating in that.
Nope.
Next one is for here. Well, it doesn't really help us. I ignore that one. The next one is Wild Ways Cup. Let's see if Rudy makes it to there.
I suppose you remember when exactly his birthday was?
I think it was in March.
Okay, so you should have quite a bit of time then. You should be able to make that one in the...
It was March or... Yeah, it was March or May. I don't remember which one exactly.
You know what? March would probably make sense, because the game would probably start you off in spring.
So, yeah, it's probably March then. I'm just wondering to myself, when is it gonna happen?
Didn't you just rest?
Yeah, but I like to keep it even. He's an old man, you know? We gotta let our little bunny take care of himself.
Dude, you know what I found in the grocery store earlier, and it was a guilty pleasure I afforded myself when I was a kid that I totally forgot about?
Gummy bears?
Wafer cookies.
I was never really a fan of them.
I love those things.
There's something... I think they're called ladyfingers. I used to like them. This is like going way back when I was like in the Catholic preschool.
Oh, God, you went to a Catholic preschool?
Yeah.
God, I'm sorry.
I don't know if it was Catholic, but Catholic or Christian, I'm not sure what I am.
Oh wait, was it LCA?
No, I was raised in Bayonne, so.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name. Saint. I think it was. It wasn't. I wanted to say St. Mary's. I don't think it was St. Mary's.
If it's anything named after a saint, then it's Catholic.
Well, then there we go. But
yeah. Protestants don't hold saints in positions of reverence like Catholics do.
The nuns were very good to me there.
Oh, yeah. If you're talking nuns, that's definitely Catholicism.
Very pleasant. Not left-handed, though. Not anymore.
Wait, what?
I was left-handed, and they did the whole thing. They're like, no, none of that.
They're still doing that shit?
Apparently. That's what my mom told me, but I don't really remember.
I mean, did they ever... did you ever find out why they did that?
I didn't ask.
In an older time, I don't know if it was the Middle Ages or sometime before or after, but left-handedness was considered a sign of demonic possession.
Yeah, I know. So, apparently they made it so I don't use my left hand. I don't...
Yeah, I think it's Old English, the word sinister actually means left-handed.
I don't get that, honestly.
I don't know. I think because most of the population is right-handed, they took the left-handed minority to mean some kind of satanic influence.
Isn't that weird how we have a dominant hand?
I
think it's a little strange because we got the two hands. Why can't we be good at both of them?
I don't know. I honestly can't answer as to what kind of evolutionary purpose a dominant hand serves.
That's what I'm wondering. And I was watching some stuff the other night, so that's why I'm like, it was the same night I was watching all that horror stuff too, or the creepy stuff.
I mean, AJ finds it strange, but she's ambidextrous, so she's not allowed to have an opinion.
I'm somewhat ambidextrous, but I can't write.
Well, I imagine so. The nuns beat the left-handedness out of you.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't really write well to begin with, but I can't write with my left hand.
Oh, see, I write like a computer.
Yeah, I have terrible handwriting. Always have. Always will.
Yeah, one of my sergeants, like the one that I get on the best with, is actually looking forward to when I make the jump to commissioned police officer because she says my report writing is going to be very nice.
But yeah, nuns. That's also why I'm not racist, because they were all black nuns, and they were very, very good to me.
I actually couldn't tell you why I'm not. I think I've always just been blind to the concept.
I don't know. I mean, I know we've had this discussion before, like...
Yeah,
everyone might be a bit racist just because people like to be their own kind, so, you know...
I think everybody has the occasional racist thought. But like I don't like I view racism as like deciding like who to hire or who to buy things from, like shit like that.
Yeah, I just buy stuff from trusted people.
Hmm. Or like choosing something stupid, like not to be friends with somebody based purely on the color of their skin. Like
It's dumb.
yeah, it okay. Like you and I say it's dumb, and we agree with each other that it's dumb. But there are at the same time people who make those kinds of decisions.
I mean, some of it is taught, without a doubt. You
Oh
know?
yeah, like some of it's taught, some of it is a learned response. Like my grandparents, I know, both of them like are racist towards, or were in my grandmother's case, racist towards different groups of people. I did not, like, I guess, pick it up or learn it at all, despite them only living 15 minutes away and visiting rather frequently. I didn't see the point.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think part of it, where we were, it was mostly a white group too. So like, when I went down to Florida, it was a little bit of a shock seeing so many people of different color around a little bit. But I mean, like, I made some really good friends that are of a few different races actually.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, it doesn't affect us. We're all just a bunch of nerds. They got me into D&D, playing games, hanging out, and all that stuff. So I mean,
Yeah.
you learn some stuff too.
Like I think that was the thing. Like when I guess I was old enough to actually think about it, is oh wait, like most of these people have the exact same interests as me. Like it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I was like, well, yeah. Oh, what the?
Oh,
Finally,
this is one of the battles you can get roped into,
oh, just all the things being discovered tonight.
and it looks like Shan is about to have a real shitty time.
Oh, okay.
There's a joke there, but I'm above it.
Yeah, I was thinking it too. Point being, made a lot of really good friends, and race does not matter.
It really doesn't.
If anything, the only thing that matters about it is the culture, and that's just cool shit.
Mm-hmm. Hell, if anything, like, and this goes into a slightly different topic, but mixing blood is actually good in the way that it's good for dogs as well, because it helps to counteract a lot of medical problems that one particular breed has.
You ever see? I don't know if you've ever seen it, but there is like an image. It was like something about the wolves, and like I can't believe, our children are gonna be all these great things, and will never be slaves to humans. And then it just shows a picture of a pug.
Mm.
I just thought it was.
Yeah.
Ow.
Huh, it's like a cheap knockoff of your spin bang.
Yeah. I'm
Show
sure
what
the
a
real
real
thing,
pug
kid.
is like. As he stares at you, he says, thank you, kindly old man. I've learned so much."
I shall return when I'm stronger.
And then Bambi pranced off into the forest to tell his mom what he'd learned. He didn't know what he was going to find.
I did not. I don't really remember anything about Bambi. I know
Really?
I watched it as a kid, but I don't really remember much. I know his mom dies.
That is the end of the first act, yes.
That's really all I remember.
That's all most people remember.
I don't think that movie was very impressionable. And I remember him in the flower patch, and he meets his rabbit friend.
Thumper, yeah.
Yeah, I just remember that because it was on. It was in the trailers, like the THX things
Mm-hmm.
that would destroy your eardrums with how loud they were.
You know who they never focused on in that movie, though, was Flower.
Who was Flower?
He was Bambi's other friend, the skunk.
I was about to ask, was it the skunk?
Yeah, it was the skunk. Like, I know skunks get a pretty bad rap because of the whole stink thing, but believe it or not, if you remove the gland, they make fantastic pets.
I think they're cute animals.
Oh, they're adorable, and I actually used to live a couple streets down from a woman who had 2 of them.
Hmm.
Apparently, they behave like cats.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, did you ever see the video? This guy was like bicycling on a trail. I don't know where it was taking place. But there was just like a little family of skunks. It was like a mom skunk and a bunch of baby skunks.
I believe it.
They all just walked up to the guy. They smelled him. He was like, "Oh, hey, how y'all doing?" And they just walked off into the woods.
apparently there was a camping trip that my parents and my aunt and uncle and all, and like me, my brother, and my sister all went on back before my cousins were born. And while me, my dad, my uncle, and my siblings were out hiking, the trails around the camping thing at night, a skunk showed up to our campsite, and my mom and my aunt were feeding it.
Hmm. Shouldn't feed wild animals though, but
Yeah, but you also shouldn't send care packages to your son in the military while he's in boot camp because he gets humiliated in front of the entire division. She doesn't know these things.
yeah, can't really dispute that.
That, though, is something I feel like my father should have warned her about.
Probably.
Because he had gone through that ringer when he was young. He knew exactly what kind of environment I was in.
Maybe he did it on purpose. Maybe he purposely didn't say something.
I mean, if he did, he's a bastard.
That's the kind of stuff I would do as a dad.
Like, I love the man, but dick move, Dad.
Be a real dick move to die right now. Yeah.
Well, the care package she sent was filled with many, many sweets, among which, and I guess chief among which, was the big party-sized bag of Skittles.
She's gonna love no for your mom too.
Okay, so, yes, actually, which they made me read out loud in front of the division.
Oh.
So that was fun. Even more fun. Do you know what an 8 count is?
I do not. It sounds like
Then allow me to educate you.
Oh no.
Count 1. You drop down to a crouching position. Count 2. Hands on the ground, feet thrown behind you in the push-up position. Count 3. You go down. Count 4. You go up. Count 5. Kind of like a mountain climber, except you spread your legs. Count 6, you bring your feet back together. Count 7, you pull your legs back up under you into the crouching position. Count 8, you spring up and jump up into the air.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that's 1 8 count. So we had a division-wide estimation of how many Skittles were in that fucking bag.
Oh no.
And they made me do 1 8 count for every Skittle that was approximated to be in that bag, while my division commanders ate them in front of me.
Sons of bitches.
And I stayed up for about an extra hour every night paying off that fucking bag with sweat and blood.
Jesus Christ, how many were in the bag?
I lost count. All I knew was that by the time I left that place, I could not feel my arms anymore. And I'm pretty sure one of my division commanders actually hijacked my credit card information to buy flowers and candy for his wife.
Well, that's just not cool. Oh wait,
I mean, they get paid to be pricks. That's kind of their whole MO over there. And he was one of the crypto technicians who is trained on how to do that kind of stuff. Like, maybe not that specifically, but the way he was talking about stuff he had done in the past, I knew he knew how to do it.
On a side note, we're handling this pretty well, but we've beaten Baltic before, so I'm not too worried.
Yeah, you kind of shipwrecked this guy already.
Rudy's not going down without a fight, honestly, and I can respect that at least.
Clearly, like, he's an old man who thinks his best battle's still ahead of him.
Jesus. He's doing better now than he has in a while.
I've noticed.
Jesus, Rudy. Oh, shit. I was paying attention at the time. I thought it was shorter. Alright, after this tournament, we'll call it for here.
Why, what's the time at?
Hour 10.
Oh, Jesus, okay.
Yeah, I thought it was a little earlier than it was. Goodbye, Ostrich. Next person want to surrender, that'd be great. Nope, it did not.
Well, they're gonna make you work through this entire thing.
Hello. I want to see the other variants of this monster. I like this monster.
Then, if you start farming for saucer stone pieces, Lezione is what you're looking for.
God. let me hit you.
And these ones have a pretty even spread of power and intelligence-based moves, so
Ow.
they're very much mixed attackers.
That's not good.
I think that makes dodging more difficult. Oh, guess not.
Well, maybe it did, and Rudy's just that good. But this is not helpful here if you can't.
This thing is just not. Oh, there we go.
There we go. The problem is he's got a lot of health.
Yeah, he does.
Jesus Christ.
No, I'm fairly certain he's left the building.
I think he's taking place of this dinosaur.
Well, then put away the rabbit and get some nails.
This is close, but I think I lost just barely.
I think you won just barely.
Oh. Yep, we did. Woo. Rudy pulled it out. Someone got a knockout win, though. And it's the person I'm fighting now. I didn't see the name. It began with a V, though. Oh.
Oh, Visceroga.
We haven't seen one of these things in a little while.
This one's the beaver.
Is this the woods or the jungle?
Or, I guess, bear? This is the forest.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's supposed to be.
That's not exactly a beaver's tail.
Well, I mean, it's a mix of things, it looks like. Ow. That didn't do much. I didn't have much guts, so that didn't work. Haha, oh. Haha, you fool. Let me in.
Sure, because he's going to be keeping up the punishment and not getting hit.
Yeah, I know. Just keep bullying him. Okay, I couldn't move for a second. We, like, collided into each other. We couldn't move. The game fixed it, though. Back here. This base blast is the only thing that's hit me so far, but thankfully it didn't do much damage. But he stole a lot of my guts.
Yeah, the more guts you have, the more guts it takes away.
Well, I got worried for a second. But now he's in close.
Doesn't matter.
Well, it would have mattered if that did a lot of damage.
The bottom line is you're winning.
Yeah, we beat the guy that had a knockout win. That's what I was worried about, because he had that knockout win.
Like that's all you need to focus on, just winning. Rudy needs to have tiger blood right now.
The only things left are Ostrich.
And Kink.
Jesus. Visceroga's got 3 knockout wins.
That's horrifying.
How did we beat him with... Yeah, it's definitely good he didn't actually hit us.
Yeah, because all you got hit by is base blast.
This thing looks like a cheeseburger. Without the cheese.
You suck now because that's all I'll be able to see. For the rest of time, Zach, all I will see is cheeseburger.
Am I wrong, though?
You're not, and I hate you for it.
That's my comeuppance there for that.
God, like, the jumping around this thing is doing is just not working wonders for your screen right now.
No. Yeah, I don't know what to make of that. Come on, it's level 1, dude. You can...
Like, were there different versions of this game when you found this?
No. This is gonna be pretty close, actually.
Yeah, this might come down to the wire here.
Why is his gut so much higher than mine? He's got question marks, but I don't have anything.
Because you've been beating the shit out of him, and Spin Bang doesn't...
Oh.
Well, there's your first loss.
I didn't expect that. That was a lot of damage. Jesus. I should have stayed close. That was my bad.
These things pretty much all have a higher strength than you, and your defense does not have a lot of investment.
Alright, so we need to win this.
Yes, as long as you win, you'll still take this away.
Oh, son of a bitch, it's Taz. Well, he shouldn't be too strong, because he wasn't too bad before.
Now I actually get to see what kind of beetle Kink is.
Yeah,
Okay, he's a jungle beetle.
Oh,
With a... That's the one I'm used to fighting.
he's basically us, but worse agility. Jeez, and right off the bat.
Oh, good luck, bro. And with a little more health investment than you.
More attack, more health, but less agility.
And that tough skin skill, which is basically the antithesis of your fast footwork.
Yeah, so that's not great. Please no, please no. It didn't do too much damage, but it's got so much more health than I do.
Serve up 2 more spin up.
Alright, Rudy, you just...
Jesus.
Yeah, Rudy can't dodge when it matters. That's already in.
I'm actually amazed Rudy managed... Oh. I'm amazed Rudy managed to make it so far when pretty much all of the monsters you've been fighting recently are several tiers above you, just in terms of what they are.
It's not enough.
Fuck.
Just barely not enough.
It was that critical horn sweep that did you in.
Yeah. 10%.
Still, that wasn't a bad comeback.
Well... That's right, Rudy. We're just kind of... Fuck you, Taz.
And, yeah, Visceroga took it.
I've got more speed and a little intelligence, so that's good.
Not bad at all.
No, but, you know, we were so close.
At this point, unfortunately, it's less about Rudy and more about how, like, what Rudy's going to contribute to his successor. And wouldn't you know it?
Oh, God. Oh, God. No.
Yeah, he goes full Bugs Bunny
Jesus
with it.
Christ. Goodbye, Rudy.
And there's your
Jesus.
thumbnail, right? There's your thumbnail right there.
Jesus Christ. He becomes a piece of heart.
Yep.
Good morning, Rudy. Let's work hard today. Rudy? Oh. This is Rudy's. It's the first time you've seen a heart, right? I've never seen a heart before, no. Monster Heart is the materialization of a monster's soul and experience from throughout its life. It's said the happier a monster is, the more beautiful its heart will be. Since this is here, then Rudy is... What, did his body disappear?
No, his body was still there.
You're gone, Rudy.
By all accounts, you should have no reason to question where he went.
I haven't told you this yet. Monster Heart has mysterious power. If you give a Monster Heart to another monster, old monster's soul and experiences will be inherited. Rudy's soul and experience will live on inside a new monster. It's sad we can't see Rudy anymore, but if we keep rooting on it, Rudy won't be able to rest in peace. I'm pretty sure that that Taz killed Rudy. I'm like 90% sure he killed him.
Is that our canon now?
That's the canon now. His beetle killed him in the tournament.
Alright.
It fatally wounded him, and as soon as he got home, he dropped.
Well, we can end it here, and then the next episode...
Yeah, we'll choose our monster.
Yeah, we can find a Piccolo to cram this nail into. This, the only purpose this serves is if you were to fight against your friends.
Oh, okay. Well, rest in peace, Rudy. He will be. Yeah, you'll be.
You'll be remembered. Because let's be real, you never forget your first.
Alright, we'll see you guys next time. We'll choose a new monster.
Later.